challenge in teaching neurobiology has been to include interactive elements when I have such a large venue to teach in and a large number of students. So the approach that I used was to incorporate some Echo360 in classroom tools to increase student engagement and to increase the interactivity in our workshop classes. I have used two features which I really like. The first is the use of multimedia slides, so I can embed video directly into my presentation, so it's to seamlessly transition into the videos that I like to show in class. And the second feature is the polling questions, or the multiple choice questions and click on target image questions, so that I gauge the students' understanding of key topics by asking them simple questions or questions that are designed to produce some discussion, so that I can address any misunderstandings or misconceptions about the material that's being taught. They don't become bigger issues. Students have let me know that they are quite enjoying using the platform. They like the note-taking facility, and they also like the fact that they can ask questions, that they can give feedback, and they can interact with the material that we're teaching in a very non-confrontational way. I would say to give yourself enough time to think about how to use it effectively in your course, the type of questions that you want to ask and the way in which you want to ask them. It's not always the simple, straightforward questions that are the best. Sometimes it's the more difficult ones, or the ones that are designed to provoke discussion, which are more useful for the students. And that may take a little bit of time to think about how to incorporate it and to understand how to use it effectively. So I use the polling questions in different ways. Sometimes they're designed to give the students confidence that they know the answer. So fairly straightforward case scenarios where they get to choose a diagnosis for a patient, for example. So they're designed to build confidence. Sometimes I use the polling questions to make sure that the students understand a key concept. So the question will be phrased in such a way that there are two possible answers, one that's right and one that's nearly right. What I find with those questions is that I get a 50-50 split in answers between those two options, and then I can talk through why one is correct or why one is more correct than the other, but also to address any misunderstandings. If Echo360 was no longer available, I wouldn't be able to interact with the students in the same way. So it's much more difficult to ask them questions and to get them to speak up in class. And in fact, what I've found is that asking them fairly simple questions from week one has kind of broken the ice a little bit now, and they're much more likely to put their hand up and talk in class. But that's certainly not been my experience in previous years, where the environment or the number of students in the room has been somewhat intimidating for them.